Hey guys, James Spencer here on day 6 of the Lexus Nottingham Open, and I'm pleased to say that the background for tonight is fittingly Katie Boulter and Sonay Kartal, and they put on a real show today. It was an incredible match actually, and Katie Boulter came from behind to win 6-4, 1-6, 7-5. She was down a break, 4-2 in the final set, and it nearly was a double break, saving a break point at 30-40. And it really was amazing, the shot playing, the level of play from both players, and it's quite interesting actually because Cartel actually in the stats won 100 points compared to 93 for balls. So she won more service games, 12 to 11. She won 62 to 55 on service points. She won more points in a row, more games in a row, more total games. They were both neck and neck in terms of break points or receiving points won. Um, Even first serve percentage, um, percentage of first serve went towards Cartel. So Sonny Cartel could see herself as really, really unlucky, but fine margins to be honest. But Katie Boulter just came up clutch in those important moments, getting that break right at the end of the first set. Just she was there to pounce, and same in the third set when she broke back, and then broke right at the end when you thought it was probably heading towards a tie break. So both players played at an incredibly high level and left it all out there on the court, and so nice seeing them hug at the end and warmly embrace each other. And yeah, fantastic. And Katie Boulter, the hopes of winning a third Nottingham Open title in a row are still on. She's now won 12 matches in a row here, and she's on an 8-match win streak against British players here. So all round, great day for her at the office. And Sonny Cartel can, you know, hold her head up high. Great performance from her. And next up for Boulter is McCartney Kessler of the United States, who won against. I just want to make sure I get this pronunciation right. She beat Lin Chu of China, 6-1, 6-4. And McKesler has won two WTA singles titles, most recently Hobart, um, a few months ago this year, beating Elise Mertens. And she's 42 in the world, so she's only three rankings places below Katie. So it should be a very, very interesting match, and that will be tomorrow in the quarterfinals for a place in the last four. Meanwhile, it wasn't much luck for Britain's Mimi Chu, and the 17-year-old went out to the experienced Pole Magda Linette 7-5, 6-1, and the sixth seed from Poland is 31 in the world, and she was able to see off the world number 300. But Mimi Chu does have a bright future within the women's game, uh, especially as far as British tennis is concerned. And next up for Lynette is Clara Tolson, who hadn't won any grass court matches in a tournament prior to this week at Nottingham Open, and she won 6-4, 6-4 against. Again, I want to make sure my pronunciation's good. Anna Blinkova. Just check it. Anna Blinkova, yeah. And yeah, essentially, Blinkova did actually have chances. She only converted 1 out of 9 break points. Meanwhile, Torson was more clinical with 5 out of 9 break points. Yeah, Torson into the quarterfinals, the second seed. So she does have a real shot at winning this week. So that's the women's summarized. And then we go into the men's, and Marin Cilic, as we said, former US Open champion, former world number 3, and he made light work of his Chilean opponent, Marcelo Thomas Barrios Vera, winning 6-1, 6-3. Although it wasn't actually all plain sailing, as you might think. He double faulted on the first point, Cilic, and he also had to save 2 break points. But after that, he never looked back, and he was certainly in the mood, winning in just over an hour. And it actually marks his third Challenger Tour semi-final of the season after Madrid 2 and Girona the one that he won. And next up for him, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be Martin Landaluce. And Landaluce is 19 years old, so he's actually 17 years his junior, interesting enough for Cilic. And Landaluce beat Terence Atmain coming from a set down, winning 6-7, 3-7, 6-2, 6-3 in an hour and 56 minutes. And every match this week, I've seen a lot of Landaluce this week. He's needed 3 sets in every match that he has won, including that fiery match against Adrian Manarino that he won, as you might remember. So that is tomorrow, Marin Cilic against Martin Landaluce on court 1 in the semi-final. So that should be a very, very good match. I do think that Landaluce might have the legs, but Cilic is smart and has the experience. So that should be a very, very good match. And the other semi-finalists, not as well heard of, but a little bit of a lowdown on them. So Colton Smith won the Battle of the Americans. He beat Emilio Nava, and we know Nava conquered the Brits. He conquered Jack Pennington-Jones and Ryan Peniston. And basically, Colton Smith's lucky to be in the draw, actually, because if Luca Nardi and Christopher Eubanks hadn't withdrawn, he wouldn't be playing. He's a lucky loser. And if he wins, then that will be an incredible story if he wins the Nottingham Open. But yes, so he was able to beat Nava, who actually is higher ranked than him. Nava is 121 compared to Smith is 146, and he's also Nava is a year older, 23 to 22. But he turned it around, Colton Smith, after losing the first set tiebreaker 6-7, 5-7, 6-4, 6-4 in 2 hours and 25 minutes. So fantastic effort from him. And next up, he will play Japan's Shintaro Mochizuki, and he beat Joan Ferrier in, well, he absolutely crushed him, to be honest, 6-2, 6-love. And 22-year-old, actually, interestingly enough, won Junior Wimbledon at 16 years old back in 2019. He was a junior world number 1 with Holger Rune and Lorenzo Musetti at 2 and 3 behind him in the rankings, who are now, both established the top 10 players now, or have been top 10. Musetti is top 10 now, and Rune is just outside the top 10. And interestingly enough, Mochizuki has beaten Carlos Alcaraz in the ITF World Junior Finals. So if you can beat Carlos Alcaraz, you can beat anyone. So yeah, apparently Mochizuki's favorite surface is grass. He loves to play on grass, and it so far seems that way this week at Nottingham. And if he's won Junior Wimbledon, then you can't rule him out. So he will play tomorrow against Colton Smith for a chance in a challenger final here in Nottingham. So yeah, it's been a fantastic day of play, and as always, thank you for listening. I'm here on YouTube, James Spencer Official 22, and I'm also on Facebook, LinkedIn, James Spencer Journalist, James Spencer Salford. I'm also on Instagram, James Fed 7, giving you all the updates on the tennis. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a great night, and stay tuned for more updates.